Forget everything you think you know about Texas food. We're not just talking BBQ and brisket. I'm about to take you on a mouth-watering trip through the Lone Star State, revealing 10 dishes that'll have you booking your next flight to Texas. Alright, food adventurers, are you ready to discover Texas cuisine? From spicy Tex-Mex that'll set your taste buds on fire to sweet treats that'll satisfy your cravings, this list has got it all. We're going straight to the heart of Texas flavors, and trust me, if you're a foodie, you do not want to miss this. 1. Tex-Mex. First stop on our Texas food adventure, Tex-Mex. Now, you might think you've had Tex-Mex before, but I promise you, it's different in the Lone Star State. Tex-Mex is a way of life in Texas. We're talking a mouth-watering mashup of Mexican and European flavors, resulting in some of the most iconic dishes you'll ever taste. Do you go for the cheesy enchilada smothered in chili con carne? Or maybe you're craving a mountain of nachos loaded with all the fixings. Don't even get me started on the tacos. From crispy to soft, beef to chicken, the options are endless. And that's just the tip of the iceberg. Here's a little secret. The real magic of Tex-Mex lies in the queso. This isn't your average cheese dip, folks. We're talking a velvety concoction of melted cheese, chili peppers, and sometimes even a little beer. It's so good, you'll want to swim in it. Now, as much as I'd love to keep waxing poetic about Tex-Mex all day, we've got a whole lot more Texas goodness to explore. So, get ready to loosen your belt a notch because our next stop is gonna satisfy your sweet tooth. If you're wondering where to find the best of the best, go to spots like the original Blanco Cafe in San Antonio or Henry's Puffy Tacos, also in San Antonio, for some authentic Tex-Mex goodness. 2. Pecan Pie. Pecan pie is famous in Texas. We're talking about a buttery, gooey, pecan-packed slice of heaven that'll have you licking your plate clean. But here's the thing, Texas pecan pie isn't your average pecan pie. Oh no, my friends, this is the real deal. The rich sweetness of caramel blends perfectly with the nutty crunch of pecans. Trust me, one bite, and you'll understand why Texans are so darn proud of this dessert. Legend has it that the first pecan pie recipe was submitted to a cookbook by a Texan woman way back in 1898. So you could say we've had a bit of practice perfecting this recipe. It's a true taste of Texas history. The sweet surprises don't stop there. We're about to take a detour from the deep south to the heart of Central Texas, where a unique culinary fusion awaits. You can find pecan pie in almost every bakery and grocery store across Texas, but if you want the best of the best, Bourdal Pecan Candy and Gift Company in Cedar Creek is a must-visit. 3. Kolaches Klobasniky. Get ready to experience Tex-Czech cuisine at its finest with Kolaches Klobasniky. Now, these might sound like characters from a book, but they're delicious pastries with a fascinating history. Imagine fluffy, pillowy dough filled with sweet surprises like fruit preserves, cream cheese, or even poppy seeds. Those are kolaches, and they're like a warm hug on a chilly morning. But if you're looking for something a little more savory, klobasniki is your go-to. These little guys are stuffed with sausage, cheese, and sometimes even jalapenos for a Tex-Czech kick. Here's a fun fact. These pastries were brought to Texas by Czech immigrants in the 19th century. They've become so beloved that you can find them in bakeries and donut shops all over the state. It's like a taste of Europe with a Texas twist, and it's definitely worth trying. You can try kolaches Klobasniki at many bakeries and donut shops in Texas, but for an authentic taste of Tex-Czech, head over to Slovacek's or Czech Stop in West, or try the Kolache Shoppe in Houston. 4. Bluebell ice cream. We've explored the sweet side of Texas cuisine, and we've even taken a detour to Europe. But our culinary adventure is far from over. Get ready to cool down with a Texas classic that's been delighting taste buds for generations. And the best part? You can find it in almost every grocery store in the great state of Texas. When the Texas heat starts to sizzle, there's only one antidote: Bluebell ice cream. It's more than just ice cream, it's a way of life, a symbol of Texan pride, and the perfect way to beat the heat. Bluebell has every flavor to satisfy every sweet tooth. Now here's a fun fact. Bluebell started as a small creamery in Brenham, Texas back in 1907. For years it was a Texan secret, but word got out and now it's enjoyed all over the country. But trust me, there's nothing quite like enjoying a scoop of Bluebell on a hot Texas day. It's pure bliss in a bowl. 5. Puffy Tacos. We've cooled down with some ice cream, but the Texas food adventure continues. Now get ready to have your taco expectations blown away. We're heading to San Antonio, the home of the Puffy Taco, and it's about to change your taco game forever. You can find these airy delights at places like Ray's Drive-In or Los Barrios, two spots that have mastered the art of the Puffy Taco. Forget everything you know about tacos because Puffy Tacos are a whole different level of deliciousness. Imagine a taco shell that's light and crispy on the outside, yet soft and chewy on the inside. What's the secret behind the Puffy Taco? Deep-fried tortillas that magically transform into these airy pockets of goodness. They're then filled with your choice of seasoned meats, fresh veggies, and all the toppings your heart desires. Now, be warned, Puffy Tacos are best enjoyed immediately. The longer they sit, the less puffy they become. So grab a napkin, get ready to make a mess, and savor every last bite. Trust me, it'll be worth it. 6. Texas Sheet Cake. Are you ready to supersize your dessert game? Get ready for a huge cake. You can find this Texas-sized treat at most grocery stores or markets throughout the state, so it's easy to get your hands on a delicious slice. When Texans say everything's bigger in Texas, they're not kidding. Case in point, the Texas Sheet Cake. This is a massive slab of chocolatey goodness. Think of it as the ultimate brownie, but even better. It's got that fudgy melt-in-your-mouth texture, topped with a decadent layer of frosting that'll send your taste buds into overdrive. And because it's baked in a sheet pan, it's easy to slice and share with a crowd. It's the perfect dessert for a party, a potluck, or just a Tuesday night when you're feeling extra hungry. The traditional Texas sheet cake is usually chocolate with pecans, a beloved Texas ingredient, but don't be afraid to get creative. You can find variations with different flavors and toppings, from red velvet to vanilla bean to even tres leches. It's like a blank canvas for your sweet tooth. 7. Pralines. There's another sweet treat that Texans hold near and dear, pralines. These pecan-filled confections are a true Southern staple, and they're worth seeking out. You can find these nutty delights in many grocery stores or markets across Texas, but for a truly decadent experience, head over to Lamb's Candies in Austin. They've been perfecting pralines since 1885. Texas praline is a melt-in-your-mouth combination of buttery caramel, creamy sugar, and the star of the show, pecans. It's like a little piece of Texas sunshine in every bite. Pralines have a long history in the South, and they've become a beloved tradition in Texas. The recipe is simple yet satisfying, and it's been passed down through generations. It's the perfect way to end a meal or just to indulge in a sweet treat on a lazy afternoon. There are many variations of pralines, from chewy to creamy, but one thing's for sure, they're all absolutely delicious. So if you're looking for a taste of authentic Southern hospitality, look no further than a Texas praline. It's a sweet treat that'll leave you wanting more. 8. Tamale. We've explored the sweet side of Texas, but we're not done yet. Get ready for tamales, a dish with deep roots in Texas history and culture. You can find these little bundles of deliciousness all over the state, but if you're in San Antonio, be sure to check out Tamale Boy Tacos and Tamales or Ruben's Grocery for an authentic taste. Tamales aren't just a food, they're a labor of love. These steamed bundles of masa dough filled with seasoned meat or veggies have been a cherished tradition in Texas for generations. They're often made for special occasions like Christmas, when families gather to share in the tamale making process. Making tamales is no easy feat. It's a time-consuming process that involves spreading masa dough, filling it, wrapping it in corn husks, and steaming it to perfection. But trust me, the result is worth every minute of effort. And if you're lucky enough to be in Texas during the holiday season, be sure to try some authentic homemade tamales. 9. Chile Con Queso. Let's switch gears from tradition to a Tex-Mex invention that's become a statewide obsession, Chile Con Queso. You can find it in almost every Tex-Mex restaurant in Texas, but if you're looking for the OG queso, head over to the original Mexican restaurant in San Antonio. In Texas, we dip our chips in Chile Con Queso, or queso for short. This cheesy, spicy dip is like a warm hug for your taste buds, and it's the perfect appetizer for any occasion. Imagine this, a bowl of molten velvety cheese studded with fiery chili peppers, begging to be scooped up with a crispy tortilla chip. It has different textures and flavors, a cheesy masterpiece that'll have you reaching for more. It's so good, it's almost addictive. Queso has become a bit of a competitive sport in Texas. Every restaurant has its secret recipe, each claiming to be the best. So feel free to search for queso and sample as many as you can. Just be sure to wear your stretchy pants. 10. Texas Caviar. We've indulged in some serious cheesy goodness, but our Texas food trip isn't complete without one last stop. Get ready for Texas Caviar. You can find this dip at grocery stores, southern restaurants, and even backyard gatherings across Texas. So keep your eyes peeled. Don't let the name fool you. There's not a fish egg in sight. Texas Caviar, also known as cowboy caviar, is a refreshing and flavorful dip that's perfect for summer gatherings. It's a colorful mix of black-eyed peas, corn, tomatoes, peppers, and onions, all tossed in a zesty vinaigrette dressing. It's basically a party in a bowl, and it's a guaranteed crowd pleaser. Scoop it up with tortilla chips, spread it on crackers, or just eat it by the spoonful. It's that good. Texas Caviar is also incredibly versatile. You can adjust the ingredients to your liking, adding avocado, cilantro, jalapenos, or whatever your heart desires. Well, folks, there you have it, 10 must-try dishes that'll give you a true taste of Texas. I know what you're thinking, where do I even begin? Well, luckily for you, Texas is a food lover's paradise. You can find these dishes all over the state, from bustling cities to charming small towns. Whether you're exploring the streets of San Antonio, wandering through the markets of Austin, or road tripping through the hill country, deliciousness awaits around every corner. Now, I want to hear from you. Which of these dishes are you most excited to try? Have you had any of them before? Let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to my channel, and hit the notification bell so you never miss out on another delicious food adventure. Until next time.